What up, all my independent thinkers out there in podcast land? It's your girl, Alexandra, and you are listening to Teach a Man to Think, the podcast, a place where we always stay curious, think differently, and as always, think for ourselves. So sit back, unwind, and get ready to unlock your mind. I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not. I love that quote. I first heard that quote probably like over 10 years ago. And I remember that feeling of understanding how important that message was. And yet it took me about 10 years to get here where I finally feel like I truly believe and live that phrase and that quote. And I really think that that's important and valuable for me, especially because I've been a people pleaser my whole life. I've always wanted people to like me. I felt safer when people liked me. And I just thought that that made me feel good inside until I've realized and had kind of an avalanche of emotions crash down on me, realizing that I didn't know who I was because I was so busy pleasing others. I was so busy creating a version of people, of myself that I thought people would like and appreciate, that I had no idea who I was. I didn't know my interests. I didn't know my personality. I didn't know my feelings towards things. And I was just kind of just flowing and going to wherever I was led, but I wasn't doing the leading. I wasn't in control of my life at all. And now it is so important for me to be myself that I really do feel so strongly about this. And I think this is so important to feel this way, especially if you have a podcast or if you create any kind of content or if you put yourself out there in any way. I think it is so important to really believe and feel and live this, that you would rather be hated for who you are than loved for who you are not. Because I feel that way, because being loved for who you are not is so lonely. It is not a good feeling. And ultimately, it's not real. I don't believe that love can exist on a falsity. I do not believe that someone can truly love you if they don't know who you are. They might think they love you, but that feeling has no connection, no attachment, and it's not real. And I'd rather just put myself completely out there and attract the people that are right to me. And you hear this all the time, that if you be yourself, you're going to attract your tribe and yada, yada, yada. But it's really true, because what happens is when you're not yourself, and this has happened to me throughout my entire life, is I would collect people, like kind of just thinking about collecting seashells or collecting coins or whatever it is. I would be a people collector, and I would collect people throughout my life because I would see someone and I want to build a connection with them. And I was very good at just get along with everybody. I could have been a diplomat because I could just get along with anybody. Put me in a room, I will find something in common with them. And I'm still that way. I could, but now I don't want to. Now I care about connecting and getting along with the people that I want to get along with, not just because they're there. Before, I'd meet somebody and I'd be like, oh, well, I want them to approve of me. And now I'm like, how do I feel about them? That's more important to me. And that's why when you are yourself and you are comfortable being yourself, you are going to lose a lot of people. But is it really a loss? Because ultimately they're doing you a favor. You're weeding out so much energy and time and effort that could be spent into these relationships. And that's what happens when we collect people and we're not fully ourselves. We're not comfortable being honest. We're not comfortable showing all sides of ourselves. We end up having all these people surround us in our life that we don't feel good about. We don't really like them. Deep down, they annoy us. Deep down, they piss us off. Deep down, we have all this resentment towards them, or they just whatever it is. It could be a minor feeling. It could be a major feeling, but it just doesn't sit well with you. And you're just walking around irritated all day, all the time. You don't feel settled and you don't feel at peace. And that is because you're constantly fueling and putting energy into situations that you don't even want to be in. You're so concerned about other people and how they feel about you that you're not really evaluating how you feel about other people. And let me tell you, when you're just yourself and you're just putting yourself out there, it's so easy because those people just fall away naturally. Like, you don't even have to do any work. You don't have to do the hard conversation. You don't have to worry about, breaking up with people or breaking up with things. things naturally will fall out of your life when you are just putting yourself out there and being yourself. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Like, it's the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do. But now that I've done it, and I feel like I've fully done it because I'm putting myself out there, I'm talking about things that I never thought I'd feel comfortable talking about on a podcast. And I feel so free. I feel so liberated. And I really am attracting so many wonderful people into my life. And at the same time, I'm really weeding out, and a lot of people are falling out. Not as many as before, because now I feel like I've been very particular. But even the few remaining, like, they fall out because they don't resonate with you anymore. And that's totally fine. And that doesn't mean that you guys can't find each other in a different time, in a different part of your life when you guys are resonating with each other. But for right now, it really does save you so much time, and you have time to meet new people. I think people forget that there's like new people out there, and that we live on a world with like billions of people on it. Because people get so stuck in their circle and that's it. And they forget that you could actually meet new friends and meet new opportunities and situations where they bring you so much more joy and they're so much more in tune with who you are. But we don't give ourselves the opportunity because we're so stuck with who we are around, where we're doing, who we are. But once you start changing and you start being really who you are inside, the parts of you that you're so scared to share with the world and you're scared to be honest about, those are the things that are going to bring the realest people into your life, the realest situations into your life. And ultimately, the most important thing is you will feel at peace. Because like I said, being loved, or the illusion of being loved for who you present yourself to the world, when that person is not who you think you are inside, that is worse than being hated. That is a worse feeling, much, much worse feeling. So embrace the hate. If you get hated for being who you are, embrace it, because most of the time, if someone is hating you, you are only highlighting a part to them of yourself that they wish they had, or something that they have and they wish they didn't have. But most of the time, it's the reverse. So be comfortable to trigger people. Be comfortable to elicit negative emotions from people, because that is a gift to people that you're giving. You are giving them a gift by creating those negative emotions in them, but better other people than you. Don't do it to yourself. Be honest, be real, and whatever happens, happens. Let it fall into place how it's supposed to. And I guarantee you, it is such a better feeling. Like, I've never felt more liberated, more free, just more at peace. I've never been this happy because I'm just being me for once. And I feel like it's bringing me a lot of surprises, because there's a lot of people that I thought maybe wouldn't like this version of myself, and they're gravitating more to it. There's people that I thought would, and they're not. And it's just like all over the place, but it's great because I'm getting to see things clearly. And ultimately, I'm just being myself, and I'm being authentic, and I'm being true. And that is the best feeling in the world. So hold on to that, fight for it, and really make it a priority, because I guarantee you that that supersedes anything else you could do in your life. All the money, all the recognition, all the fame, all the whatever it is that you think is important, there's nothing more important in the world than being at peace with who you are. And that is all. I love you. I hope that you love yourself. And I hope that you allow the people who truly, truly love you and truly could love you see the real you.